Tonight, settlement in Nasinu shaken by stabbing incident. Immigration Department clamps down on human trafficking. And HFC set to operate as a commercial bank. Very good evening. Settlement in the Nasinu township is coming to terms with a fatal hacking this morning. A 38-year-old man is currently in police custody. 2 women also sustained injuries during the gruesome attack, Halitestat reports.
The horrific incident, according to eyewitnesses here at this settlement in Nepani, occurred at around 2 o'clock this morning. The landlady, Laisani Korolombo, said her tenant knew the couple. The situation took a turn for the worse when the woman's husband found out about the affair.
The one renting was Kara, and these two was her nephew and niece. So they were related. And but then I don't know that this thing was happening here. I'm the landlord, and I'm supposed to know what's going on to all the tenants. And this lady was hiding all these things, what's happening all in her house.
Witnesses also claimed that the suspect was provoked by the couple over the phone.
The one who died, the man who died, he was talking to on the phone, teasing the husband, the lady's husband. He was teasing him, and after that they told him, "Why are you calling this time? It's already midnight, why you want to call?"
Neighbors had the commotion early this morning and notified police.
When I went there, I saw the lady, the one, she was involved with the one who died. She was sitting beside the door, and I can't explain what's happening to her, all the blood all over her body. And after some time, the police came.
According to police, 2 women involved in the incident suffered knife wounds. Investigations are continuing. Halitestat, Fiji One News.
The Immigration Department says that some people are still trying to beat the system by bringing in large sums of undeclared cash into the country. In most cases detected by authorities, it has been found that the sums declared on documents don't match the actual amount of funds in their possession. Drubukelangi with the details.
It's a simple rule that common at most international airports around the world, and ours is no different. Those entering the country are required to declare the amount of money they are carrying, especially if it's more than 10,000 Fijian dollars. But in some cases that has not been followed, forcing the Immigration Department to take people in for questioning.
It's clear on the arrival card and departure card that anything that is above $10,000, 10,000 Fiji dollars, they need to declare it. If they don't declare, then they're just giving themselves up for further interrogations and charges to be laid.
Major Vuniwanga say this law is applied in other countries as well as one that travelers must expect when entering Fiji.
For those that declare it, we might end up with a few more questions being asked just to verify what are the intentions of bringing in that big sum of money with you and or taking that money out of the country.
He adds that at times the amount of money does not tally, which is again a problem for those bringing the money.
If the sum declared is same as what is physically seen, then they'll be cleared to go. It's not that we will hustle them more. The issue is just verifying the intentions of carrying that money across to and fro.
So far, most of these cases involve people traveling on tourist visa. Drubukelangi, Fiji One News.
Meanwhile, the Immigration Department is working closely with other border security stakeholders to ensure that young girls are not exposed to human trafficking. Director of Immigration Major Nemani Vuniwanga says that they have drawn up rules and regulations, especially for young females boarding foreign yachts.
It's a recent trend that now an issue of concern for the Immigration Department. According to the director, they've established that young girls have been boarding foreign yachts. A meeting of relevant stakeholders was held this week, and they've compiled a set of regulations to tackle the issue.
There are some reports that some young local females have been boarding yachts. We just want to make sure, we want to give our locals, our citizens, to the best protection that we can give them.
The department has also found that these girls are forced into this situation because of their economic background. However, it warns that those breaching immigration rules will face the consequences.
This is happening, and we want, because of the fact that people need money and think that easy money can come from just cruising on a yacht, but we don't really know what will happen to these young locals, young female locals.
Major Vuniwanga says that parents' consent letter and other verification will be checked before girls are allowed to board these yachts.
We're doing everything to have the regulations that are in place, and also to have everything that can help or assist in the protection of local young females that can lead to a trafficking act being conducted.
Fiji One News.
In 10 days' time, Home Finance Company Limited will operate as a fully fledged commercial bank. But in launching the landmark for the fully locally owned bank, Prime Minister Commodore Barenge Bainimarama also reminded HFC to be especially wary of the sobering lessons from the NBF era. Ravai Fafa'o reports.
Years in the planning, finally unveiled last night. HFC now ready to become a fully fledged commercial bank, meaning it can accept deposits as well as allow customers to also withdraw from the bank. They also become our very own fully locally owned financial institution.
They will not only be able to use the bank to get a return on their savings, but as a source of borrowing to invest in improving their lives and those of their families. They will also benefit from the profits that are plowed back into the National Superannuation Fund and the Trust Fund. When those profits stay in Fiji, everyone wins. The returns don't flow overseas, but remain in Fiji.
The PM also reminding HFC that they will have to learn from the lessons of our last locally owned banking scandal, the $220 million NBF saga, almost 2 decades ago. Tough lessons that came with a tough message last night.
My government expects that the proper mechanisms are now in place to ensure that the Home Finance Company Bank meets the highest prudential requirements and the highest standards of good governance.
But last night also marks a new beginning for HFC and the local banking sector, and ultimately consumers.
Starting a bank is no easy process, and I want to thank everyone who has a hand in the immense task of getting this enterprise off the ground, the shareholders, the board, management, and staff. To all of you, I say, pursue a culture of excellence, adhere to the highest standards of honesty, transparency, and propriety.
The launch also coincided with the rebranding of the company. HFC is a joint venture with Fiji National Provident Fund owning 75%, with the Unit Trust of Fiji owning the remaining 25%. Revive of all, Fiji One News.
Meanwhile, Commodore Bainimarama also made mention of the national switch. In his 2014 national budget announcement, he had said that all banks and financial institutions should have been connected to the national switch by last month. This is being done to ensure various departments can link up and have a sound and reliable networking system.
The national switch, which will benefit every ordinary Fijian who conducts an electronic transaction. I know that the CEOs of the banks have met with the Ministry of Communication and have agreed with this implementation.
The national switch is expected to reduce the cost of electronic transactions but increase volume capacity. The Prime Minister added the initiative will entice more people to use banking facilities. Financial institutions are also expected to interact more with their customers.
Of course, new banks entering the market such as HFC won't have to expend their funds in capital infrastructure, but rather focus on, as all banks should, competitive pricing and service delivery.
The Prime Minister, Commodore Barenge Bainimarama, continues to sound the warning against potential politicians Now also counting the days before he steps down as army commander, he has cautioned the public to be very wary of how they choose their new leaders.
In a few months' time, Fijians will be heading to the polls. The Prime Minister's intentions to contest the general elections, common knowledge now. He urged voters to choose the right kind of people.
Now some of the same politicians and hangers-on who are responsible for this scandal and others who benefited personally are seeking your vote in the forthcoming general election. They are relying on you having short memories. They are treating you as if you are stupid. And I urge you to call their bluff and consign them to the political dustbin of history. The ultimate blame, of course, lies with the then government, which presided over a prolonged period in which the funds of ordinary Fijians were misappropriated. These elites effectively robbed their own countrymen and women, decent, hard-working, ordinary people who had put their trust in the bank and their trust in the government.
The Prime Minister cited past failures by previous governments as examples. He said such incidents should be a learning curve for the country.
When the NBF finally crashed in the late 1990s, it had debt of $220 million, or 8% of Fiji's gross domestic product. It remains the biggest financial scandal in Fiji's history and must never be forgotten or repeated.
Commodore Bainimarama insists that since his government came into power, many changes have occurred.
We have had a vision and we have delivered it. Our range of Fijian institutions operating at the highest level and being symbols of national pride.
Reviver for all, Fiji One News.
And the National Federation Party has called on Commodore Bainimarama to stop using taxpayers' money to campaign. A statement from President Raman Singh says the military commander's position is defined as a public office under the political party's decree. Commodore Bainimarama will step down as commander next Friday, the 28th of February. Ahead in the news, new assistant DPP appointed. And Suva Private Hospital to normalise services. Hello again. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has appointed another assistant DPP. He is Vincent Pereira. In announcing the appointment, DPP Christopher Pride says that Pereira is a welcome addition to the team with an impressive track record in prosecutions. Pereira has more than 13 years' experience as a prosecutor and was previously the manager legal at FICAC. He's originally from Sri Lanka. Pride says the recruitment program for 2014 is continuing, and they will also be shortly inviting high-caliber recent law graduates to apply for 3 legal officer positions to be based in Suva. Pereira becomes the 4th assistant DPP to be appointed. A team of surgeons from the Fortis hospitals in India will be in the country next month to conduct clinics. The program will be based at the Suva Private Hospital from March 3rd to the 6th. Those behind this visit say consultations will be free of charge. Executive Director of Suva Private Hospital, Pramesh Sharma, says this is part of the hospital's efforts to extend its services.
Well, currently there's, like I said, there's no agreement. Fortis is coming on their own accord, facilitated through their through Medica and Services out of Auckland, who are their brokers, you'd say. So they're basically here to look at an opportunity and a relationship with Suva Private Hospital, and the intention is to consider a long-term relationship, not with Fortis, but with any tertiary care healthcare provider.
Fortis hospitals have 65 hospitals spread across 5 countries. Patients will be registered by the Suva Private Hospital prior to the clinic.
We have an orthopedic surgeon coming. We also have a urologist coming. We also have a neurosurgeon coming, and also a cardiologist, an adult and a pediatric cardiologist being part of the team.
You know, the Suva Private Hospital hopes to normalise its 24-hour service within the next few weeks. Hospital Executive Director Pramesh Sharma says works to normalise services have been progressing well. However, Sharma says their primary focus now is to ensure the hospital is well equipped with resources.
And of course, with the current the dengue outbreak and all is putting a lot of challenges in terms of our delivery of services. So we're considering all the components of it, and we are hopeful that within the next few weeks we'd be able to make an informed decision about our 24/7 service.
The hospital had to reduce its opening hours after facing staff shortages. Sharma says they've managed to hire some general practitioners.
Although we've recruited some doctors have left also, so the gap is still there, but we're just trying to ensure that we can manage that quickly and bring the 24/7 service back.
The Department of Fisheries is roping in fishermen to address the issue of illegal fishing more efficiently. The department has embarked on consultation workshops with fishermen and women to find a solution to this issue.
These people have one thing in common: fishing. And this workshop facilitated by Nosori Fisheries Department has given them an opportunity to learn more about the latest in their trade. This range from licensing to illegal fishing.
We catch fish in the Kumbuno waters. Often, lot of drivers who are without fishing license come and catch fish in that area. More so, they steal fish that is trapped in our net. We pay $3,000 to acquire the license.
The department has over the past few years has noted an increase in complaints of illegal fishing. It hopes that by getting fishermen on board, this issue can be addressed.
One, we have noticed a lot of net fishing that has been occurring in the river. There's a lot of illegal fishing practices around the Televo and Rewa fishing grounds that has been increased. So today is a day that we hope to refresh them on what is not allowed in terms of the endangered species, what is banned in terms of the conditions of the licenses.
The department issued more than 500 fishing licenses last year. Close to 50 licenses have been issued so far for this year as well.
In terms of the area that we monitor, the sea and land area that we monitor for enforcing the act, I believe when we have a fisherman on board, one, it minimizes the effort that we need to spend and the resources that we need to spend in order to enforce the act.
It was also an opportunity for these fishermen and women to update themselves with the latest laws and regulations.
That's why I want to take part in this training. I'm learning about other things as well that are related to my childhood. It will increase my knowledge and possibility in terms of the opportunity.
2 more consultations will be held in the Telephone North and South regions in the coming weeks. Haliteshtat, Fiji One News.
The port facilities at Lautoka will soon undergo a major overhaul. A memorandum of understanding was signed this morning by officials from government and the Japanese embassy. The Lautoka port has over the years served those travelling to the maritime regions of the Western Division. Today's signing will see the refurbishment of the port to cater for the growing needs of the people that use it.
We requested assistance for the improvement of the port in the areas of providing a proper marketing of fish. When this port was firstly built, there was no facilities made for construction, especially for marketing of fish. Now in that we had put up a proposal to the government.
As a result of the signing, a proper fish market will be built with its public amenities. A resting area will also be built for those waiting for boat transfers to the Mamanuca and Yasawa group of islands.
There is really a need for a proper fish selling or market facility for the fishermen. And that is the main objective of that proposal that we have put up and that we are preparing ourselves for implementation. As you are gathered here today, we will be witnessing the official signing ceremony.
Realizing that non-communicable diseases will continue to claim lives, authorities say this is why they will help any business aimed at combating this. Today, the Minister for Women, Dr. Chico Lubeni, marked the 2nd anniversary of a new business startup trying to do exactly that.
Blessed Sailing Development has been operating now for 2 years. Their line of business focuses on herbal medicine. It's a venture that is supported by the Ministry of Women, which supports women entrepreneurs.
This is what I would like to see in a lot more women in this country. To start being an entrepreneur in whatever area that they specialize in, and to sustain and build it up and continue to provide the services that, for example, that Sister Hong is providing.
Dr. Luveni says that such initiatives are in line with her ministry's bid to economically empower women. The minister hopes such ventures will motivate other women to pursue business ventures.
There's no women that has made a business out of herbal medicine. But a lot of women out there in the rural areas do take herbal medicine, and I support any herbalist that would like to promote their herbs to help people in need. Anyone out there that wants to do a business out of herbs that they need to have technical proof, professional proof that the active ingredients are known, and that it really is the ingredient that will heal people.
The minister adds that such initiatives like this needs to get technical assistance, as was the case for Juicy Life.
I guess it's not really healing, it's just providing nutrient to their body. Because healing you have to go to the hospital for, but prevention is really what this herbal medicine will be doing.
With NCDs prevalent in the Pacific, many are now looking at alternative remedies to combat lifestyle diseases. Revival for all, Fiji One News.
Stay with us. Our Pacific News segment is after the break. The inaugural Regional Heritage Management Workshop has been hailed a success. Pacific Island participants converged here to discuss and engage in ideas to maintain their natural heritage sites. Capacity building on a regional approach was top priority this week, with members developing their skills in managing their heritage sites.
What people see as regional priorities and what people see as the actions that they need to undertake for their own countries. And I think, judging by that, it's been really successful. People have engaged in the process and really are going to go home with an ideas about what they can do to develop or implement their management plans and look after their sites better.
With funding a big barrier in the conservation of heritage sites, the need for donors and financial support is critical. Government backing becomes even more crucial in terms of maintaining and preserving heritage sites.
Well, it will take care of itself, but it's really not taking care of itself, and communities need assistance to do it. And so with governments, I think possibly that's an area where, even though people are interested and concerned, and of course they want to look after their heritage, there isn't quite the focus from governments that there possibly could be.
And remember, you can view tonight's Fiji One News Bulletin on our website at www.fijione.tv. You can also watch previous news bulletins as well as our current affairs, business and sports shows. You can now also get news headlines directly to your mobile phones. To subscribe, just text SUB space FTV News to 777 and you can get your news and sports headlines via SMS. Charges will apply and you can view our terms and conditions on our website. In business, Tourism Fiji has created its own public relations team. They hope to boost its current marketing works in terms of establishing a stronger image and brand on the international platform. This in all a bid to harness the strong platform already laid out in the recent past and tap into the tourism market more vigorously this season.
Public relations is an incredibly important opportunity for us moving forward, because Fiji operates in a global tourism industry, and we are obviously a very small player in that industry. To give you an example, from the United States, which is obviously a core market for us, Americans in 2013 took around 60 million overseas trips. Now Fiji got around 60,000 of those, so that's 1 in 1,000 trips overseas, so we're a very small player in what is a very big market.
Freya says the team will be primarily tasked to disseminate publications to Tourism Fiji's foreign offices and, more importantly, continue to build on its strong online presence.
Small part of everything else that they're having to do. So by having a team that is dedicated to public relations, we actually have people that are here 9 to 5 working on this as their number one focus. So we're already achieving a lot in public relations. We're probably already batting above our weight, to be honest, in a lot of markets, and this is just going to allow us to do even more. So I think the industry will see very quickly, certainly over the next few months, that you will start to see more and more of Fiji in international travel publications.
Aaron is next with sports, and Ben Ryan out and about in the Souths.
That's right, Vili. He's scouting for players. His injury takes its toll on his training squad. That's coming up. Also in sports tonight, more teams confirmed for Marist Sevens. And racing drivers out to beat Nath's record.